Happy Valentine's Day. So happy to see all of you. I'm Gail Anderson. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. I am trying to get better about letting you know when I'm going to be on. So if you follow me on Twitter, hopefully I'll be giving you some warning with when I'm going to be on and what my topic will be. Also, you can follow me on Periscope, and that way you will be alerted whenever I get on. So I'm just happy to have some of you watching today, and happy that there are many of you who are watching the replays. All the replays are on YouTube. You can search for Gail Anderson or Mentoring Moments for Moms. Hi, Jessica. Good to see you today. Have you moved yet? Big question. Hi, happy Valentine's Day. Great to see all of you. Yes, are you having a good Valentine's Day? What do you like to do? What do you like to do? Oh, Jessica, you're in Florida now. Fantastic. Hopefully the rest of the family will get there soon. Do you go out to eat with your husband? Does he give you candy, flowers, gifts? How do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Because that's part of what I wanted you to share with me today is how you are celebrating. I know the way we celebrate is not that big a deal. My husband does usually give me flowers, which is great, but I don't expect it. Thank you so much. Let's see. See if we can try and get this off of here. Hopefully somebody else. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Most of the time, Valentine's Day seems centered around the wife or maybe even the kids. I loved being able to do things with my kids for Valentine's Day. You know, everybody dress in red. We do little cards and mailboxes for each other. We have heart-shaped pizza. I would usually make a big heart-shaped cookie that we would have and frost that. Just lots of fun. And right now with the grandkids, I love giving them little gifts and remembering them on Valentine's Day. Even if it's only a card and some candy, maybe a few dollars, it's fun. But as far as us women are concerned, I guess I want to encourage you not to have expectations for what your husband does for you on Valentine's Day. Anybody want to admit that they have an expectation of receiving a gift or flowers or being taken to dinner for Valentine's Day? Thanks for those hearts. That means you like what I'm saying. That's good, even though I'm giving you a challenging question here. I really want to encourage you not to be expecting anything, not to have your expectation out, because it's so often that you can be let down in that situation. So besides that, I want to also encourage you to be thinking more of what you can do for your husband. We always do something on a different day. Awesome. Probably on a weekend when you have off or when it's more convenient for you. That's wonderful. What can you do for your husband? Even if you're not giving him a gift or you're giving him just a card, can you do some other things during the day? Can you put a little note in his briefcase or send him a card at work addressed to him, and so it says personal so nobody else will open it? Maybe making sure breakfast is ready on time, which might not be the norm. Making a special dinner. And maybe even just focusing on him when he gets home from work. That's something that's easier said than done if you have many children, right, ladies? So I am not a gifts love language person, so I don't always expect gifts. But even though that isn't my love language, I do want to encourage all of you that do have that as a love language or do like gifts, just to be more focused on your husband instead of on what you're going to get. Now, last week we talked about not having a child-centered home. And the reason being, we want your kids to grow up in your family learning to think of other people. It's wonderful when they're born as babies and everything is me, me, me. They just cry for every single need. That's great. You expect that. But as kids start to grow up, you want them to start thinking of other people. Right? How many of you are working at training your kids to think about other kids at school, other children in the family, that kind of stuff? You see that as an important goal. Hopefully all of us are. But also, I want to say that in a marriage, thinking only of yourself will never, never work. It will set you up for failure. Thank you. If you are expecting things and then those things don't happen, you will be set up for failure. And that is really no fun, is it? The best hint I can give you in a marriage relationship is to actually be centered on your spouse. Be thinking about him. A marriage where two people are thinking only of themselves is a marriage which is not going to work. And the reverse is true as well. A marriage where each person, thank you, Laura, is thinking of the other, how they can please the other, how they can do something special for the other. Hi, Taryn, good to have you today. That is going to be a marriage that works, where you are focusing on the other people. Now imagine this. You've been home with the kids all day long. You've had so many interruptions, so many mishaps. You've had a heavy load all day long. And the minute your husband walks in the door, you're thinking, yes, now it's his time to take over. And at the least, you're expecting him to at least take over and do the dishes and the baths and put the kids to bed. Now, I would say you're setting yourself up for failure if you are expecting that rather than appreciating it if he does it. It's probably not going to get you anywhere if you are expecting that. Yes, if you really have that need for today and it's unusual, expressing that and communicating that with him would be good, because you can work together and figure out what he can do and where he can fill in to help. But here's a better scenario. Mine travels, so I never get this. Oh, but it's nice when he does. Oh my goodness. Taryn, I hope you have family around, maybe a mom or a mother-in-law that helps carry the load. I see that as a really important thing that I can do, especially when my daughters-in-law are by themselves and their sons are out of town. I feel like I can help sub for them. It was really fun. Oh, too bad. Well, I didn't have anybody around when I was raising my kids, and besides, I'm a doer, so I like to do for them. Absolutely, lots of prayers during those times when he's gone. For me, even when my son was gone on a skiing trip for several days in January, and we had a brand new baby. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. We have a brand new baby in his family, as well as their just 3-year-old. I only did it one morning, but I went over and did the 5:30 shift in the morning that my son usually does to help give his wife some rest. So there's lots of ways that I can help like that. But anyway, okay, here's a better scenario. You've had a very busy day, you've had many mishaps, but you realize it's about an hour before your husband is going to get home. Yeah, you could just lay on the couch and rest, which might be a good thing to do. But you could also start thinking about what you could do during that hour that would help make his homecoming a better time. Can you rally the kids and pick up the house? Can you make sure dinner's ready, or at least in the oven, the table set? And then maybe right before he gets home, you get the kids busy doing something so that you are actually able to greet him and spend a few minutes talking with him, maybe even on the couch, so that you have some time to help diffuse his day. Because realize they're out there in the workaday world, and we may be too. We may be coming home at the same time they are. So it's a give and take thing. But if we give up our expectations and do what we can to focus on our spouse, we are never going to go wrong. Every time I focus on my husband, hi Anna, every time I focus on my husband and put him first, he turns around and starts focusing on me. So it's more of a, as you give, he gives. And that's a much better relationship to have in marriage than each one fighting for their own rights or their own way. So anyway, thinking of him, ladies, will always cause you to win. And it's even the little things you can do. I remember probably 10 years into our marriage, I had gotten a book about little things you could do for your husband. And so every couple of days I would do one of those things. And one of the things I would do in our snowy Wisconsin was to go out and start his car 10 minutes before he was going to leave for work in the morning. And wow, that was a pretty big deal, because usually he was racing around and did not have time to do it. And it made a big difference that the car was warmed up, maybe even the snow was brushed off if it was sitting outside. Just little things like that make a huge difference. And every time we do something, that will cause them to be much more aware of us and our needs and to want to do something back. It's just the way it goes in a marriage. Kirby's blog this week at kirbyanderson.com was a video blog on 5 questions to improve your communication in marriage, and it was an excellent one. The link is in the profile for that blog in general. So go ahead and watch that. It was a great video blog. And on Thursday, I have corralled him again to be on with me. I imagine we probably have to do late morning because good chance he's coaching in the afternoons. But we will be talking about love and respect in marriage. That was a huge revelation to me, probably 15 or 20 years into our 38-year marriage. And it made a big change, very biblically based, but we'll be talking about that. It'll probably be a little bit longer than today, but very interesting. I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll let other people know about it. It will be a great scope. Yes, thanks for the hearts. So that's it for today. Good. I just want to encourage you to take a step or two toward your husband, toward being mindful of him, and doing some things in a new way to put his needs above your own. Needed this today. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. So good to see all of you. Again, share what we're doing so other moms can join us. And all of our scopes are saved on YouTube, so you can go to Mentoring Moments for Moms and find all of our scopes, peruse them, find out what's most interesting, and the more the merrier. So thank you, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you.